In 1913, Tsar Nicholas II and his wife Alexandra celebrated the 300th anniversary of the Romanov dynasty. For 3 long centuries, Tsars from the Romanov family had ruled Russia. Rebellions against the injustices of the Tsarist regime broke out now and then, but they had always been crushed. After the failure of the Revolution of 1905, life in Russia seemed to return to normal. But an international crisis was about to fan the flames of discontent once again. When World War I erupted, Tsar Nicholas sent his armies into battle against Germany. Russia had the second largest army in Europe, but it was one of the least industrialized countries in the war. Its military relied on sheer numbers against its more advanced German enemy. As a result, Russian casualties mounted quickly. Rumors of military incompetence spread and soon turned the Russian people against the war. To help bolster morale, Nicholas decided to go to the front lines and take control of the army himself. While he was away, Tsarina Alexandra was left in charge of the country. But many didn't trust Alexandra because she had been a German princess before marrying Nicholas. This led to a string of resignations among the Tsar's ministers. The Tsarina put her trust in a man whose name would come to haunt the Tsar, Gregory Rasputin. Rasputin was a semi-literate peasant and a self-professed holy man. He was well known for his religious fervor and earthly indulgences. But Rasputin had won Alexandra over with his charisma and his ability to help her son. Alexis, the Tsar's only son, had hemophilia, a genetic blood disorder. Rasputin seemed to be the only person who could alleviate the boy's suffering. Rasputin gained a strong influence over the royal family. Alexandra, who came to see Rasputin as important to the safety of her son, was completely captivated by him. When the Tsar went to the front lines to supervise the troops, Rasputin transformed his influence over Alexis and Alexandra into political power. Officials who criticized his growing power were removed from their posts. The Tsarina replaced them with Rasputin's friends or others whom he could control. Rasputin's behavior and scandals involving the officials he recommended undermined the Tsar's authority. Making matters worse, back on the front lines, Nicholas was having no better luck than the generals he had replaced. The Tsar's popularity plummeted as Russian casualties mounted. Food became scarce, and inflation increased the suffering on the home front. Seeing that the empire was in trouble again, a group of wealthy Russian nobles in St. Petersburg, including the Tsar's cousin, decided that the Tsar's authority must be returned. Getting rid of Rasputin was the first step. In December 1916, they plotted to assassinate Rasputin and end the shame he was heaping on the monarchy. When a generous portion of poison failed to kill him, Rasputin was shot, and his body was thrown into the frozen Neva River. But it was too late. Rasputin's incompetent political appointees had helped convince the Russian people that the Tsar's government was hopeless. And as the Tsar's ongoing war with Germany made Russia's failures mount and its food dwindle, the government was rocked to its very foundations. Finally, Nicholas was forced to abdicate in 1917. He became a prisoner, first in his own palace, then in Siberia. Russia erupted into revolution and civil war. Revolutionary Bolsheviks seized power and battled against the forces still loyal to the Tsar. The Bolsheviks feared that the Tsar might one day return to power. So on the night of July 16, 1918, they executed the Tsar and his family. By late 1920, the fighting was over. Vladimir Lenin and his Bolsheviks, now known as communists, were busy turning the Russian Empire into the Soviet Union. And the Romanov dynasty, that had ruled Russia for more than 300 years, was gone.